Hey, it's Emily and welcome back. Today we are doing a little unboxing. This deck was so kindly sent to me by Llewellyn Publishing, and this is the Green Codex Tarot created by Alexandra Dvornikova. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. And Alexander Kopytin. I know I'm mispronouncing that, so please forgive me. This looks really, really beautiful, and I am pretty excited to get into it. It obviously does still have the plastic wrap, and so I want to cut into that before we kind of read what's on the back because my ring light is really, really reflective. Now, this is a low scarabeo deck, but again, it was sent to me by Llewellyn Publishing, and I did not purchase this one with my own funds. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. At some point, I feel like I need to purchase some actual, like a little X-Acto knife would probably be more convenient for these. But until then, you guys are going to watch me struggle with my old ancient sewing scissors. Okay. This is a beautiful box. Okay, I'm going to set this crinkly goodness off to the side over here, and oh, this is so pretty. Really, really matte with like some gilded, embellishments here. It's really, really pretty. I love the tones of this deck. This is giving completely and totally autumnal vibes, and I am so here for it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read you guys a little bit of what is over here on the back of the box, and so yeah, let's get into it. It says, a starlit night sky, a silent pine grove, the sweet scent of resin carried by a quiet breeze. This is the enchanting atmosphere that permeates the cards of Green Codex Tarot. This stunning kit edition encases a deck of 78 cards beautifully illustrated by our artist Alexandra, along with a 160-page book that delves deep into the topics of ecology and environment, unearthing the roots that unite humans and nature into a primordial network of life. By carefully following the path traced by writer Alexander, it is possible to find direction amidst the shadowy thicket of life, building new connections both within the self and between the self and its natural surroundings. I really, really love that write-up. I am all here for an eco-educational, interpretation of the tarot because that is my jam. That's where I'm at currently and right now. And so, yeah, I'm really excited. Let's go ahead and just kind of get into it. It has like a really nice little magnetic closure. This is a large box, but it's okay. It'll look beautiful on a shelf. This is so pretty. Oh, that is so pretty. Okay. This is gorgeous. So we have the Green Codex Tarot. I'm going to pull everything out of the box first, and then we will kind of get into it. Awesome. And then on the inside, it is just really pretty, matte black. But I love this cover image here and our little gold moon. So cute. Okay. Setting that off to the side for now. Give us some space here. Let's see. So To start it off, we'll just take a little flip through the guidebook. It looks to be, okay, so not many images, I should say, for the minors. However, it does look like we have images of the cards in the majors. So that's cool. We have a big write-up. Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't want to spoil too much by looking too far ahead into the guidebook, but okay. Features and purpose of the deck is the use of special symbolic system, ecological, and cultural codes. I really, really love that. The images chosen for the cards are archetypal and reflect the ecological foundation of world culture with its universal laws of human development. Okay, this is pretty cool. Green Codex Tarot echoes the ancient Chinese Book of Changes, the I Ching, the zodiac system, and other universal symbolic symbols describing the human life cycle. Oh, how to use the deck. Okay, I love this imagery here. This is really pretty. It says Green Codex Tarot cards can be used according to traditional approaches and their characteristic predictive layouts for a deeper exploration of the cards' semantic meanings. Oh my gosh. You can use the methods described in this section. They can complement traditional approaches and involve, okay, interesting. So how else? Okay, so yeah, intuitive card readings. We are all, for the most part, probably really familiar with that. And then we have monologue reading. It's based on the intuitive or conscious choice of one of the cards, taking into account the task at hand or the current question, the person being consulted. Okay. Oh, interesting. Write down your personal question, focus on the figure, ask the figure the question that interests you, and then read it out loud. Imagining yourself in the figure's place, begin to speak from their perspective, indicating who they are, where they are, what they feel. I had no idea that was called monologue reading. Drop a comment if you just learned that as well. That's really interesting. Okay. We have a little 5-card spread, a SWOT method reading. Let's see, for both operational assessment and strategic planning applied to different topics. Okay, yeah, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Environment interaction reading. Okay, this is awesome. We have card of the day. Okay, so just like this just goes really, really, really in depth into different reading styles, which is super informative and also leads me to believe that if you're drawn to the imagery of this deck and of this setup, that even if you are a beginner reader, you will be able to find something in here for you. So I like that. I like when we can take a deck that's, different from like an RWS style, traditionally styled deck. And, it comes with a really decent guidebook to where you can kind of learn the cards on your own. And it's great for beginners. So let's get into this. I like that we don't have additional plastic. However, I will fumble with this paper quite a bit. I'm going to just cut it. So much easier. Okay. Let's set this off to the side. So we have the Green Codex, our little cover card. Now the cardstock, it's, I'm trying to think of what other decks I have with this cardstock. I'm going to set that over here for a second. It's not the greatest cardstock that is out there. It's also not the worst. However, if you are pretty intense with your shuffling, this will probably hold a shape. So I don't know how well it'll bounce back, but I'm trying to think of what other deck I have. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but it's not the greatest cardstock, but it's also not the worst. So there's that. This is my Deathly Flowers Tarot, and this is like pretty standard RWS size. And so just for a little comparison, these are, yeah, like traditional styled cards, or sized cards, sorry. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a little flip through. Now the backs are really pretty. Let's go ahead and get into this. So we have the Fool. The Magician, really, really shamanic. That's beautiful. I am loving this High Priestess. Okay, we have like an older woman here. That is so... This is good. I like this. I like this a lot. The Empress with her little wheel there. The Emperor. We have a lot of astrological symbolism in this. The Hierophant. I really love the colors in this deck. This is like definitely mood. It's like definite fall mood. It's really fun. The Lovers. Oh, interesting depiction where we have it kind of reflected back in the water and different genders. Interesting. And the Chariot. Justice. Okay, so it does seem like this does have some nudity in it. If that's not your jam, then just, you know, really take a look at the walkthrough before deciding if it's something you want to purchase. I personally love nudity in my decks. I think it really adds to the rawness and vulnerability of not only the artist, but, you know, how that they're interpreting the tarot. I like that. Strength, like the girl with her dragon. Oh, look at that. So we have his innards. That's actually super, super cool. Death. I think this is a pretty death card. I would have liked to see a little bit more maybe, but that's just because the death card is one of my most favorite cards. So probably no surprise there. We have Temperance. Oh, I like that. Okay, so this Reflective Devil. This is everything. So when you pull this card, you'll basically see yourself in it. As for you guys right now, you're going to just see my ring light in camera. But I really like that because when it comes to ecological issues and environmental issues, you know, humans generally are at the root of those problems. And so I really love, you know, that they're bringing that to the surface in this deck. I like that. Looks like we have, you know, Lilith and maybe a Baphomet. Very, very cool devil card. The Tower. Oh. Plus, these little mushrooms are just like really, really cute. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's almost like the borders on these cards are roads. And so it's kind of giving that acknowledgement to our role in, you know, the destruction, I guess you could say, of nature. That's really interesting. I didn't notice that until like the Tower card. I love the limited color palette. I know I've said it before and I'll probably say it quite a few more times here. We have the Moon and all like the fish. Oh, the Sun. So we have our feminine moon and our masculine sun here. This is a really pretty deck. Really, really pretty. Judgment. Interesting. The Universe. That's a cool one. Ace of Cups. Okay, so now we are into our minors. 2 of Cups. 3 of Cups with some pomegranate in there. It's really pretty. 4 of Cups. Okay. It literally speaks to the connectivity of everything. This 5 of Cups. I actually really, really like this depiction of the 5 of Cups. This is so far my most favorite minor so far. I know we're early on, but I like that. 6 of Cups. So our minors are a little bit pippish. That may not resonate with everyone, but the guidebook seems pretty informational, and so I think it would help out if you're still learning pips or if you're still learning tarot. 8 of Cups with this giant squid. That's cool. 9 of Cups. Gotta have a cauldron in there, you guys. I like that. 10 of Cups. Okay. Page. Knight. Interesting. Princess. And King. So our queens are princesses in this deck, so there's a slight renaming there, but I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like we're a little demoted to princesses instead of queens in this. That's just a thought. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. Pretty. I love the little mushrooms coming out of the roads on our borders. I think that that's a really cute touch. 3 of Pentacles. Ooh, that's a really pretty 4 of Pentacles. 5. 6. I like that 7. 8 of Pentacles. Interesting. That's kind of cool. 9 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Page. So our pages kind of have this theme, it seems, because our cup one had it as well. Where were we? Okay. I think it's this one. Yeah, so we're kind of like in utero, it feels like, with these pages, or, you know, like in a seed. And that's kind of cool. I like that. I can vibe with that. We have our Knight of Pentacles and then Princess of Pentacles. Yeah, it's that princess that I'm not entirely sure of. King of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. 2 of Wands. Oh, that's interesting. That brings up some Catholic school imagery there. 3 of Wands. It's actually really pretty. I like that. It's a beautiful little teepee. 4 of Wands. 5 of Wands. I like that we have our little element symbols over here in each corner. That's really cool for a 5 of Wands. Interesting. And then this one's upside down. Okay, 6 of Wands. I like the 7 of Wands. Feels, gosh, I think it's like the 9 of Wands in the, I'm totally drawing a blank on it. It's the tarot of, why am I totally drawing a blank? Beneath the Moon? Beneath the Moon Tarot. We kind of have like a similar, but it's for the Nine of Wands, and I like that. Eight of Wands. Nine of Wands. 10 of Wands. Interesting. I kind of like that. Oh, this page is not encased in anything. Knight of Wands. Princess of Wands. That's kind of cool. I like the image. I like the interpretation. It's just the renaming that I'm not vibing with. I didn't know it had that in here. So, yeah. King of Wands. I think it's fitting for the card, but if that's something that you're not comfy with, just know that ahead of time. Ace of Swords. That's a really potent Ace of Swords. I like that. Two of Swords. Three of Swords. Interesting. I like the sword suit in here so far. Four of Swords. Five of Swords. So even though, you know, some of these decks get sent to me, I'm still going to give you guys like my honest opinion on what I think of them, just so, you know, you go in well informed, I think, which is always really, really important. And so just because, you know, a deck is sent in doesn't mean I'm just going to gush over it unnecessarily. Like when I love decks, I really I love them, you know, and then when I don't like certain aspects or something, I have no problem verbalizing that just so everyone, you know, knows that. And you kind of can form your own opinions if it is a deck that you choose to purchase. But honestly, I like this one. I think so far, just my biggest thing that I don't care for is the princess renaming or the queen renaming into princess. But that's like, you know, that's just personal. It's just me. I do like that Nine of Swords. 10 of Swords. That Nine of Swords almost feels like, I want to say the 10 of Swords in the Darkwood Tarot. I want to say the 10 of Swords, maybe the 9 of Swords, I don't know. But I like it. Page of Swords. So this one is also like encased, which is really, really interesting. Knight of Swords. Princess of Swords, and I'm a Queen of Swords girl. That's my, you know, that's my card when it comes to the tarot. And I don't know if she necessarily gives me that cutthroat, you know, Queen of Swords energy, but it's okay. It's pretty. And then King of Swords. And then we have our other little Lo Scarabeo cover card, which I'm going to set off to the side. I'm going to just do a really gentle little shuffle, and then we'll pull a card and go back into the guidebook and just do a little reading there. The guidebook does seem to have like a lot of information in it. So they shuffle nicely. I'm a fairly gentle shuffler though, so... And I'm not pulling a card for anything in particular. I'm just pulling a card so we can get into the guidebook. But if you feel like it resonates for you, then it was probably a little message meant for you. All right, Four of Pentacles. Let's get into the guidebook, see what they have to say. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Let me move this a bit. That way we can see a little bit more. Because this book is huge. Not huge, but it's a decent sized book, which is good. Okay. Striving for heights and earthly forces, adding you organize your life, changing your habitual way of life, but it is important continuing the creative flight to see the native soil under your feet. Stability, prosperity, success will come to you, and it will be soon. You have support from above and from the earth, which always cherishes you. So it seems like Every card kind of gives a little incantation or a little poem, which is a nice touch. As you can see, just by looking at the guidebook, our Four of Pentacles definitely has a larger write-up than the Three of Pentacles, but that's okay. Just a little observation. Okay, so the Four of Pentacle cards represents a beautiful woman transforming into a tree, the crown of which rising to the sources of night light stars, and daylight is fruitful. The woman's hands convey her unfolding potentials in the form of 4 fruit-bearing branches. The plot of the card partly echoes the ancient Greek myth set forth, okay, according to which the beautiful nymph Daphne was pursued by Apollo, who was seized with passion. Oh, interesting. So we have some Greek mythology in this. I didn't know that. This card on one hand can mean the concealment of a specific, very attractive appearance of a person, in particular, the female body causing desire and passion. On the other hand, the human body and individuality acquire the features of a beautiful evergreen natural creature symbolizing magical power, glory, victory, and peace. Interesting. In addition, this card is associated with the transition from the dynamic form of the human body to the more still-rooted existence of this plant, as the number 4 signifies stabilization and inclusion in a clear frame of reference. Okay, this card may denote a situation in which a person struggling for his physical or moral survival gains patronage and support from people or natural forces experiencing rebirth. Okay, this gives them new opportunities, particularly success in business, material matters, or matters relating to the physical sphere. Yeah, I mean, so we get obviously our little incantation or poem at the top, and then we get what's going on in the card, and then we kind of get its traditional card association, which is pretty cool. We don't have reversals in here for any of the meanings, which is... that's fine. I don't read reversals, so it doesn't bother me. But yeah, I mean, our major arcana, we get quite a bit. So we get our little poem, and then we have an entire write-up, which is huge. And then we have suggestions. What are the suggestions? Okay. Oh, interesting. Like a way to kind of integrate it into your life. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like the Devil card. Overall, I think it's a pretty cool deck. I love the color palette so much, and I will probably use it for the color palette because it does really add to like the vibe of the deck. The cardstock is definitely not my most favorite by any means, but it is like it's a really pretty deck. The minors can be a little pippish. That doesn't necessarily totally bother me, but it does look pretty when it's kind of just like laid out. So I like that. I like the sword suit. But yeah. Yeah, we definitely have some like, some folklore representation, it looks like, within the deck, which is pretty cool if that's your jam. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty. I literally love the colors. I'm sorry about that card. I don't know. That's like the only one that's like that. That's the only male that is fully frontal, but it doesn't bother me. I think it's pretty cool. I like the deck. I'm here for the color palette. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, if you guys have watched all of this, I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this kind of brought some clarity to a new deck that is on the market. I will have everything linked into the description box below, where you can purchase the deck, the creators, how to reach them, all the goodies will be down there. Don't forget to check it out. I also just recently opened my Ko-fi shop, so you can find all of my readings there. If you are so interested, or you just kind of want to donate a little something, I always appreciate it. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate all of you for choosing to spend your finite time with me, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.